Interesting little Diane salt shaker with a sterling top and a sterling foot. You normally see these were special orders for silver companies. You usually see a little handled jug style with Chantilly on it. These were not actually part of the Cambridge line, although it does carry the 3400. But these were actually made as a special order for the silver company.
Was that part of the whole set like the Chantilly was, which was?
Not that I know of. No, this was an individual salt and pepper.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All that,
No. Diane done in silver is very, very unusual. Chantilly seems to be the one they picked. They did do some Rose Point and they did little Diane, but most of it is Chantilly. This is what I call the hanging garden urn. It is a Cambridge etching. This is a 278 vase. Has beautiful gold on the top, gold etching. It's a cool pattern. This is a little Cambridge Bunsen burner or Etna. This was an alcohol-style lamp that they used in chem labs. Cambridge had an extensive pharmaceutical and laboratory line. The club does have a book out that is a combination of quite a few different catalogs. And they made a lot of interesting things in this. Generally, the glass is not the highest quality. It's seldom fire polished, so sometimes it has a gray or a green tinge to it. And it just doesn't look up to Cambridge quality, but it sure is cool. Never been used. Beautiful amethyst, golden crusted Gloria, decagon keyhole candlesticks. Somebody did not use these. Man, are those pretty. Amethyst, tally-ho, 2-ounce handled tumbler. This one has the original patent label on the bottom. You see a patent label on a piece of Cambridge every once in a while. Generally on Cambridge Square. This one has a very early C in the triangle paper label on the front of it. This is an early Cambridge pattern. Most people do not know this pattern. The actual name is Chesterfield. This predates Near Cut. This was part of the National Glass Combine lines that are shown in the 4 catalog. What you see most often in this is a wine. I have seen a punch bowl and stand in this pattern. It will not be marked Near Cut. This is the smallest of the globe vases or rose bowl, 5-inch in Diane. Interesting Everglades vase. I've seen 2 different Everglades vase, and I've seen the 8.5-inch swan with this treatment. We do think it's a Cambridge treatment, probably from the very, very late 20s or early 30s. This has the old style top. This vase was later reconfigured into a scalloped 4-sided top as opposed to the rectangular top. These molds were French molds that came over and that Cambridge purchased. And they were originally part of a line of French glass. Wonderful Yale Bulldog covered cigarette box. What a great piece. Wow. That's super. And an equally nice George Washington box. I don't know. These both have the later style lid on them. This was made to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. There are 3,400 line bonbons, lattice-edged plates, and little nappies known with the George Washington on them. The smaller size cigarette box in Diane. Really neat the way they configured the scrolls. And this has a nice acid signature on the bottom. Beautiful piece. Wow. Really cool Windsor blue nude candlestick with the arm with the Mount Vernon style piece here. Royal blue vases. Probably not original, this combination, but very pretty. Should be a cobalt-topped nude candlestick that these would fit in. The problem with this is the time frame's all out of sync. The cobalt vases and the Windsor candlestick are two different time frames. But what wonderful pieces! Wow. Great little Firenze etched pristine cordial. There are two styles of pristine cordials. This is the one with 3 wafers. There's another one with 2 wafers that's shorter. Hard to find. Unusual early Crown Tuscan ball vase. This still has the remnant of the Cambridge descriptive label on the bottom that you see once in a while that lists the mold number and the color. That early orangey color. This is an avocado egg cup. Is actually a part of a breakfast set that includes a tray, a cereal bowl, cup and saucer, and an individual sugar and creamer. It's an unusual piece of community in jade. That's the first piece. Has anybody else seen a piece of jade community? This is the only piece I've ever heard of. It is unfortunately the sponge bowl, and it should have a drainer that sits inside this rim right here to drain the sponge. Unusual that they did this cameo silver decoration around the edge of it. Kind of an odd thing to decorate. And this is my second favorite piece. I had trouble coming up with a favorite piece for the program tonight. This is an experimental 3-layer glass controlled bubble ball vase. We have 3 pieces of this in the museum. They made it in white overlay and a bright blue overlay, almost the color of Tahoe. This was made at the same time as Mardi Gras. It was strictly a test thing. Every piece I've ever heard of has belonged to a plant official, mostly Mary Martha, Cindy and Lindy's aunt, and the treasurer of the plant. And this piece my aunt bought when the plant closed. Yeah. Broken. Yeah. This stuff exploded like crazy, and that's probably why they didn't produce it. But apparently, they had so much money in the few pieces that they got that it all wound up with officers of the plant. It doesn't look like Cambridge. I don't know what they were trying to do. Maybe compete with Ericsson glass from Bremen. It was controlled bubble. That's easy show and tell. Thank you for bringing.